Hello, good morning to you this morning. My name is Ayodele-Bamisaiye of Dexteritas Professional Corporation. It's always a pleasure to come to you this Friday to talk all things personal finance and enterprise like I always do. This is Finance Friday and it's great to be here. Yeah, it's always a pleasure, always So the month of July is wrapping up. It's been an amazing time coming here every Friday to talk about investing and what that means from my own perspective. We started the month talking about why you should invest. Then we went ahead and we examined what it means to have a personal investment thesis, i.e., this is what I will invest in versus, what's the hottest stock on the market. Then last week we talked about how to apply thesis. What exactly, now that you've built a thesis, how do you go through it? And we identified 5 questions that you should ask yourself from time to time. And if you want to know more about that, check out last week's recording. Today, the question I'm going to be asking is, how do you measure investment success? So as a retail investor, as an individual investing for your own future, how do you know that you're doing it right? The typical answer would be to say, hey, the portfolio is growing, but I think there's a bit more to it than that, and that's what we're going to get into today. Now, before we go further, I'd like to just remind you that if you are of the modest income persuasion, i.e. your family income is $50,000 or less, and you have not been able to, for whatever reason, file your personal tax returns, either for 2025 or 24 or 23, going back 5 years or 10 years, and you need help with that, you can reach out to my friends at the Financial Empowerment Initiative via email. That's at operations@thefei.ca, or you can send an email to taxes@thefei.ca as well. Somebody will reach out to you to have an appointment set up so that you can have those tax returns prepared and filed. That way you can access the benefits available to you from the government of Canada. Now, if you're an entrepreneur and you're wondering how you can, infuse AI into your business, either into your operations, your thinking, your planning, your product development, then you may want to listen to this. Startup Court, the organization behind Founders Lounge, has put together an AI-enabled growth program. So the crux of this program is to help you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, to infuse AI into your business, either in how you are designing, developing, and displaying your products, or your daily business operations. And if that's something that interests you, then you should watch out for the handles of Startup Court, because that program is starting in the month of August, yes, and it's going to run until February. You will have the opportunity to learn from people who have done this over and over and over again, as well as people who are doing it right now, so that you can also go ahead and improve the productivity in your business by using artificial intelligence. Founders Lounge will be back in the 3rd week of August. I believe that's August 20 to be precise. But till then, yeah, you can check out Startup Court's handles for more information about that. Now, my question this week is, how do you measure investment success, right? Really, the typical scorecard is, how much has my portfolio grown? Has it grown by 10% or has it shrunk by 5%? That's what most people are looking at. But I'm going to say, let's take it from a different perspective. Let's look at how we got the results that we have. If you look at only the result, then you give yourself credit for lucky guesses and you beat yourself up for adhering to sound principles that will stand the test of time if you haven't gotten the best results yet. So these are 4 measures that I'll say you should apply when you're trying to check out how well your portfolio has done. First things first is, did you follow your investment thesis? So if your thesis says that, oh, I invest in blue chip stocks and ETFs, and I also make private investments in companies I believe in, have you stuck by that thesis, or have you dabbled into cryptocurrency and other alternative finance instruments? Those are things that when you have a thesis guiding you, you are more likely to stay and play within the rules of your own game than simply dabble whenever some new shiny object comes around you. Now, consistency always beats excitement. I can tell you that excitement is powerful. But when it comes to get down to the result that you want is always going to be found when you are consistent doing the things that will get you the right result. Another thing I want you to think about or take a look at is the discipline with which you stick to your rules. So in your thesis, you've said, these are the things I will do and these are the things I will not do. I will not buy I will not buy any stock at IPO or the day after IPO. I will wait for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months after, depending on how hot the stock is. That may be a position. Your other position may be, oh no, I only buy operating businesses where I know enough about the business operation to be able to effectively influence management. If those are rules that you have put in your thesis, then the question you're asking yourself periodically is, have I been disciplined in following my own rules? Because when you take the time, right, and you apply the disciplines, the day you wake up and all the tickers are red, you're not going to be moved. And I can tell you, the market sways between the bulls and the bears because everybody is moving when the market is on an extreme. But if you are disciplined, you are sticking to your thesis and you are moving in a manner that allows you to take advantage of the fear and the greed as they show up in the market. Don't forget, character is revealed when people are failing, right? Thirdly, I want to talk about progress. How are you moving in the direction of your desire? So if you've said, I want to grow my portfolio 10%, are you closer to 10% or are you still struggling to get there? Sometimes you may not like the numbers you see, but progress in terms of numbers is not the only thing. It's not the only measure. Because on the long term, if you stick to the process and you follow the disciplines, your portfolio will follow. However, if you chase the number will elude you. So the goal is to fund your life. The goal is financial independence. The goal is a home, it's education, it's retirement, it's legacy. It's not the percentage growth in your portfolio. So when it comes to progress, you're saying, how much closer am I to my goal? Not necessarily how much has my portfolio grown. I hope we can see the difference in those perspectives. Then lastly, of course, we'll always ask about performance, right? So you've gone through your process, you've gone through the disciplines, and you've assessed progress towards your goal, your why, where you started at the very beginning. Then and only then can we now start to say, okay, by what percentage has a portfolio grown or reduced, right? So these are the 4 things that you're thinking about. You're saying, 1, have I followed my process? 2, am I disciplined in following my process? 3, am I making progress towards the goal that I set out at the very beginning? And then, of course, how is my portfolio performing? Now, I want to draw attention to the fact that reviewing your portfolio quarterly is great practice. It's excellent practice. Every 90 days, pull out your journal, pull out your investment journal, and just look at how well you have done, how well or otherwise you may have done, and document the critical things. Am I following my thesis? Are my emotions under control? What have I learned this quarter? What am I going to do differently next quarter? That quarterly review now converts the knowledge that you've gained over the last 90 days into repeatable, executable action points that you can take, such that every quarter you are becoming a better investor and you are getting closer and closer to achieve your goals. So nobody makes progress by chasing predictions. The only way that you progress is by reviewing the outcome that is a result of your decisions, right? So it's been a great year talking investing. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm putting it together an investment thesis journal, just a book that helps you to put all of these thoughts into one single spot. And I would like to know how you like to see this. Would you like to see a pretty leather bound book, or a hard copy physical book? Or would you prefer to see this as a Notion database that you can call up, or a PDF that you can print and make as many pages as you want? If that's something that you find valuable, I'll appreciate your feedback so that when this is ready, I can share it with you. It's been an amazing day for me, and I wish you an amazing weekend ahead. Now, stepping into the month of August, we're going to take things up a notch, but this is what I want to leave you with. Don't measure your success by one quarter's returns. Measure it by the quality of the decisions that you've made. Sometimes you've made the best decisions and life has played you dirty. I know. But sticking with the best action, sticking with the plan will most likely get you the results you want in the long run. So let's keep playing the long game. Let's keep looking at this through the lens of a long-term perspective, and definitely the performance, the returns, the portfolio growth that we're looking for is going to come. My name is Ayodele-Bamisaiye. It's always a pleasure to come to you like this on Finance Friday, talking all things personal finance and enterprise. And July has been an amazing time talking investments. Watch out for August, because it only gets better from here. With that, it's bye for now.